like change. They might say they do, but they really don't, because it takes a long time, takes a lot of effort, and those aren't really things that we like in today's society. But when you become a follower of Jesus, he will change you when you truly accept him. That's what people don't get. People will say, "Oh, you're a Christian and you haven't changed at all. You're still the same way you used to be." When you truly accept him into your life and let him lead you, you will change. You might not even notice it at first, but your whole outlook on life will change, because when you feel that love and you know that someone loves you, you always have that reassurance that there's someone that you can go to who will always listen, who will always have your back. It's amazing, and you want to show that love to other people. And that's amazing, and people will love you for loving them. And then that's really what Christianity is all about. It's about loving people and showing God's love to them so they can know God's love. And that's really what it's all about. And sometimes you don't even know it's coming, and you can just find Jesus without really even looking for him, or even knowing that you need to look for him. I thought I was Christian for a long time before I actually accepted Jesus. I was going to church, going to youth group, celebrating all the holidays, doing all the charity events and all that stuff, but I didn't really know anything about his love. When I really found him, I was at a youth conference, and I was sitting there just listening to a band, and all of a sudden I just felt his presence fill me. And it was amazing, because I just knew there was this spirit that just always would have my back, always would love me, had a plan for me that he wanted me to follow, and it was amazing. Now, I did continue to screw up after that. I will be the first person to say I have many screw ups, and I'm not done screwing up now. But when you know someone has your back, it's easier to take when the screw ups blow up in your face, as they always do. It's easier when there's someone there to catch you and to just have your back all the time. Now, Colossians 1 and 6 says, "The same good news that came to you is going out all over the world. It is bearing fruit everywhere by changing lives, just as it changed your lives from the day you first heard and understood the truth about God's wonderful grace." And that's basically what this story is about. When you know God and he knows you, and you truly understand what he wants for you and has for you, you'll never be the same again. And you go and spread that good news, and then more people are changed, and they'll never be the same again. And the more people that change for the better the world will be. Now, when you do change, you start having this strength that you never knew before, when you have that person to rely on. And sometimes you don't even know where it came from. And even if your body is weak, you have a strength of the spirit. And he just will always be there to help you. He always has this unlimited supply of just help whenever you need it for any reason. And a lot of the times you won't even think to ask God for help, because you'll be like, "Oh, I can do this on my own." But when you start really putting effort into it, he'll test you, just so you get to that point where you need to ask for help. And that's when it's so hard because if you don't even think to ask, sometimes you'll have a little bit of slip ups here and there, but it gets easier as you go along and you think, oh, let me ask for patience in this situation, or let me ask for strength to deal with this situation, let me ask for resolution in this other situation. He sends people in your path that'll test you, and he wants you to ask him. And when you start doing that, it gets so much easier, like infinitely easier, because you have that backup. And in Philippians 3:21, he says, he will take our weak mortal bodies and change them into glorious bodies like his own, using the same power with which he will bring everything under his control. And he does have that power, and he heals the sick, and he makes the shy little people into bold, outgoing people. I mean, I never liked public speaking as a child. I still don't really like public speaking, but here I am posting something into the world because he told me to, and I'll continue to do it until he tells me not to do it anymore, if that day ever comes. And he's just sending words, and I'm listening, and I'll be giving them to you. And that's basically what God is about, changing people for the better, making the introverted into the outgoing. And when you let him take control of your life that way, things you never thought of will suddenly just explode out of you. Talents you never knew you had, or you didn't think could be used for anything, just are used for the most amazing things ever. Like, I'm here right now because I always would think about things just for no reason. Just whenever I was alone, I just think and think and think. My brain would never shut off. And when I started reading the Bible, I would think about those things and turn it over in my head, and I would start having discussions with God through the Holy Spirit that's in me and through prayer, and he would give me answers, and I would just start writing them down because I thought, these are amazing things and I don't want to forget this. And then one day I was talking to God, and I was asking him what he wanted me to do, because I have no idea. I don't know what I'm doing most of the time. And he said to me, you need to share this. It's not something you can keep inside. You gotta put it out in the world. And I got this vision of just posting videos. And here I am. I mean, I have so many things that he's shown me that I want to share with the world. And I have to do it because he told me to. And I'm not going to stop. And he really won't give me a choice, because he's going to keep showing me these things whether I want to give them to you or not. So I've waited long enough, and it's time to start posting them. And I will continue to post them about every week. But sometimes it'll be sooner if I get a new message from God before then. And I hope that you guys will subscribe to me. Thank you.